Standing switch, okay, hand fighting. Let's say none of those are working. I'm here, I'm trying to stretch, and I'm trying to look for that switch. I'm not finding the leg, right? Another option here is to move back into him, okay? When I'm like this, boom, I'll drive the hips in. Why would I do that? Exactly. That's all you have to say. There's always a Kimura somewhere for me, right? What happened when I'm like this, and he's keeping me really tight this way, I'm gonna go back into him, whoop. And you see how I caught the elbow? I don't even need a Kimura, right? I gotta get a harai goshi there, right? So I'm trying to make space, he's closing space. Okay, let's get close, boom. And now I could catch the elbow. And if I do it for the camera this way, right? I just need the hook of the elbow. If I can lock this up, even like this, he is stuck, right? The elbow's not coming out now. Now, because I'm a Kimura guy, I always try to find this. But the control is gonna be pretty much the same. As long as I can have the arm bent, I can have my hands locked, I can control it with one hand, either way is fine. Now, I have an outside angle, I could trip here. And we could do this in a few ways. I could just trip by stepping out and twisting, putting him this way and then coming over the top. I could from here just harai goshi like I did earlier, right? Where again I do my two-step, get my feet, lift with my hips as I twist with the upper body. I'm here, and just let it go so he can break fall. One of the things with the Kimura, they're harder for him to break fall if I'm keeping him attached, right? Or another option here, if I'm like this, right? If I'm struggling with this harai goshi, right? Like I try to step and he bounces a little bit, now I could turn into him. And now it becomes like a sumi gaeshi this way. Whoop. And we can go to our whole crucifix series, TV position, everything else. All right, let's rotate around because, yeah. What's that? Oh yeah, exactly, that's what I meant, I was gonna switch. Yeah. So I'm here, hand fighting. I'm not getting the space I need to break. I scoot my hips in here, boom. And you see, I get under him by doing that, right? Because I'm slamming my hips and scooping him up. So I'm stretching, whoop, boom.
Once you're there, he cannot lift you, right?
No, because I'm under him right now, right? I got my hips under his. And now I already have a Kimura grip, but even if I didn't, I just had this. Now here, I could just trip this way, and I could, jump the legs over if I needed to. I could also from here, harai goshi here. I don't want to throw you completely over. That one I was fully in, right? Or I try to throw, I'm not getting it. Now I turn in here, right? And I can get the sumi here. So we have multiple threats there. Let's switch one more. The key here is I got to get my hips under his. If I do this, I just gave him a big throw, right? He's under me right now. So notice I'm lowering. You see, I got my hips under. Now I'm in position. Boom, I can trip there, boom. And if you land like this, it's also a pretty bad spot. I can finish it right there. And it's hard for him to do anything from here.
Yeah, you have the bottom one.
It's pretty much like a kesekatame because I'm controlling the shoulder. And it puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder when I lean into it, right? So, as far as, generally if I'm doing this, it's the same side as my hand fight, right? I'm hand fighting on my right side. So when I throw my hips down, I'm gonna look either for this elbow to scoop or Kimura grip. If it's me, I'm always Kimura-ing, but I can elbow scoop and then work it just fine. And I can lock it up like this also, just fine. It's gonna trap the arm. The one thing I will say, you do want to use the position though. If you camp out there too long, he might turn it into his position, right? Because at a certain point, if I'm just staying here for too long, he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna readjust his balance exactly. And now, especially if I have a Kimura, this is a liability for me now, because it's harder for me to separate my hands. And now I could get mat returned with no break fall.
Yeah.
Right? So not good. And we've seen this happen a few times in the UFC. I think yeah. Yes, that was the one, right? So like, if you're gonna go Kimura there, I have to throw it, or trip, or do something. And it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna camp out here. You're gonna get hurt if you stay there too long.
Can you kind of like mix the two? So like if I get here, can you start to like?
Sure, yeah. If you could try to break the grips.
But do the
Yeah, the grip fighting there.
so like if I'm here and I can't here, I just start to break the grip, I guess.
You could, yeah. Like generally for me, when I get here and I do this thing, boom, I get here, I'm like this, right? If I'm not finding this outside angle, right, then yes, I could stretch this way and give me access to this Kimura, right? And I forgot there's a fourth takedown here, right? If I don't feel I could get this sumi gaeshi, because sometimes they sit really hard on their butt. Osoto gari. Yeah, just step over. Because now they put their weight back to avoid falling forward. So now I'm gonna go where the weight is, right? So there's a lot of ways you could throw from here. But yes, you could hand fight, conceivably here, I'm like this. Because now there's a straight arm lock threat a little bit. I start turning this way, here, bing. All right, so a little Kimura series. But again, it doesn't have to be a Kimura there, just any control, but I feel Kimura is the best option there as far as like, you have the submission threat as well and the grip control. Cool? 2 on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of all of my latest videos on YouTube. But really the best place to find all my content is my website, davidmma.com. You can register for free and get access to 4 free courses, including Kimura Fundamentals, Essential Half Guard Kimura, Essential Half Guard Passing, and much more.